Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the South. More specifically, we are in Blowing Rock, North Carolina, the city named after a rock. And yesterday, I took the day off of filming. I spent some time with the kids, had some family time. But today, I figured we'd get back to trying to find some interesting stuff in the area. And I drove this was about 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think. So it was a little bit of a drive, but you know, for me, you know, 2 hours to an attraction, 2 hours back. That's pretty normal. I'm usually pretty flexible when it comes to putting those hours in, trying to find something interesting. So I've returned to Blowing Rock, North Carolina. I wanted to check out Mystery Hill. So please follow me. Now there are different roadside attractions in the United States where the normal laws of gravity and physics and time and reality cease to make sense. Places like the Santa Cruz Mystery Spot, places like Confusion Hill in Northern California, and here in North Carolina we have Mystery Hill here in Blowing Rock, North Carolina. And look who is here to greet us, our friend Zoltar. How are you doing there, buddy? Gotta give Zoltar some of our treasure here in the form of a $1 bill. Let's see if we can.
I am Zoltar, at your service. Listen closely to my instructions now. Hard work pays off over time, but laziness, it pays off right now. Heed my advice, young one.
Zoltar wants us to be lazy.
Enjoy yourself today. You deserve it. And come back to gain more timeless truths from Zoltar, the wise gypsy.
All right, we're getting ready for our tour through the actual mystery house.
Very strange things happening. Very strange indeed. So, for instance, whenever people approach them from the front, it kind of looked like they would stand and walk like this. So kind of crooked like, kind of just walk around like nothing's going on, like, hey Tim, how's it going, man? Also, whenever apples would fall from the family trees, they could have sworn that some of them would actually roll uphill instead of down. Same thing with rainwater as well on rainy days. And occasionally, you know, Mr. Hudson, the big dad of the group, would take a stroll across the property and sometimes get a little bit of a funny feeling, kind of like a sense of vertigo or nausea, maybe, you know, basically like a dizzy feeling, right? You may or may not experience these things on this tour. We will talk a little bit about what might cause some of this stuff here. To the right, or actually to my left over here, this is actually what we call the vortex map. It's not really a secret, you know, we're not really the only ones that have this kind of thing here. So for instance, here we are right here, and this is Mystery Spot in California where the Hudsons went for vacation. Now, we also have other places across the US that do sort of the same thing, like Cosmos in South Dakota, Wonder Spot, the Oregon Vortex. There's also some other places that you can technically visit. I just don't recommend it. For instance, this one right here. You know, if you guys ever managed to visit there, let me know how it goes. But the difference between these guys and us is we kind of like to think we kind of have a pretty good grasp on what causes ours. So, for instance, if you follow me over here, really, the bigger something is, the more mass it has, the more gravity is attached to it, right? So we suspect that our gravity house, our anomaly house, is sort of built on top of what we would consider like the epicenter of it. So the center of gravity, whenever you step inside, kind of shifts a little bit. It shifts forward, and you can kind of feel yourself getting pulled a little bit. Also the fact, you know, once again, these are magnetic, so the dizzy feeling that you can get is in partial due to the fact that there is magnets kind of pushing and pulling each other throughout the whole vicinity, even beyond the mystery house. In fact, sometimes whenever people walk across the parking lot, they actually claim that they can still feel that sort of thing. This theory is, of course, none other than aliens.
Yes. I was gonna say ghosts.
Dun, 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 right? I usually like to ask everyone who comes through here, like, what do you guys think? Think aliens came down here a long time ago, did some weird stuff? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if you say no, you are amongst the norm, I will say. One time we did get an old woman through here. I believe she was something like, "Yes, son, I've seen it before." And they came down, 1920s, did some tomfoolery to your property, some didgeridooing, if you will, and that's what causes it there. And his good boy Tucker. How you guys doing today? You catch any good scoundrels?
Let's see the moonshine still there.
He's a man of few words. But what he's guarding over here is actually a big old distillery system. It wasn't really uncommon way back when for people to kind of just grow whatever fruit they could up here. In this case, it was a bunch of crab apples and make what I like to call adult juice out of it. It comes in many different varieties, mainly moonshine. So basically, the story behind my friend here was he was something called a revenor. He worked for the IRS. Kind of came down one day asking some pretty uncomfortable questions about how Mr. Hudson made all of his cash. Long story short, he was kind of just given the good old-fashioned Southern hospitality treatment. But we don't really have to worry about him too much. As established, you know, he loves it whenever we get newcomers and, you know, returning customers as well. So, you know, he gets so excited he just can't help himself but wiggle his toes. So I'm going to leave him here for now just to take his dirt nap. He says it's really, really good for his skin. I don't really know how true that is, but I'm just going to let him do his thing. I'm going to leave you here for now, pal. You going to wait on me? I think that is a yes. Alrighty, go.
The outhouse here. Oh, there we go. There's the little moonshiner in here. I guess we can take a selfie with him. How's it going here? Got some mysteries to show us. All right, we are now entering the vortex.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, I'm so stubborn.
Perfect.
I refuse.
It pulls you backwards just a little bit more. It leaves you enough wiggle room to kind of lean forward a little bit, kind of pull a Michael Jackson like a smooth criminal, right? Now, if I turn around and then lean backwards, we get what we call the Matrix trick. Do you guys want to see it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Are you sure you want to see it?
Yeah. I want to see it either way. Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay. I just need a countdown. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
Ta-da! Thank you guys so much.
Oh, look who's hanging out here in the corner. It says, no, no, no. I am Sir Isaac Newton, and breaking my laws of gravity is just not allowed. So he says no. He's slapping down the authority. Gravity must exist. But unfortunately, here at the Mystery House, they don't have to listen to people like Sir Isaac Newton. Our guide has left us, so we now have carte blanche to experiment in the room here. Take these. These are racket balls. It says place the balls right there. And yeah, look at that. Rolling uphill as we follow them. We continue to roll upward due to the mysterious properties of the hill. All right, we'll try the water uphill. Just get a little bit of water in there and pour it in the water hole. And there you see water rolling uphill, spilling out the top of the tube there.
I have to go to the right?
You can go after anyone.
Yeah. What? You very wet? Yeah. Oh, I missed that. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna stop me again.
I slapped Sam in the face a little bit.
Fair. I always get this out. Okay. Wait, I'm out. I think you're out. Yeah. Wait, that's tangled. No, it's like in Frozen. It's also in. It's also in. Pretty sure it's about. Because I can grab for my ear. Oh no. Getting close to the walls. It's so, especially down there. It's very weird.
He was not kidding when he was like, hold on to the rail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
As people were coming up the passageway, I was like, I'm good. This is weird.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely exhausting trying to walk up this way, fairly leisurely walking this way, but again, this way, incredibly exhausting. And from the vortex, we head into the Hall of Mystery Museum, the Hall of Mystery. Oh. Now entering the Hall of Mystery. Have a massive science ball here. I'm always afraid to touch the science balls because of all the science going on. Ah, well, look at that. It's electrifying my hand. Oh, science ball. Why must you give such intense scientific pain to my hand? Ah. Oh no, it's the spooky spigot. You can see the spigot there. Just being hung by a few wires there, but somehow it has an unlimited amount of water pouring out. That is indeed the spookiest spigot that I've ever seen. A little alligator there as well. A little iguana here, hanging out by the spooky spigot. This is the shadow wall here. I guess we flip the switch here. Oh, okay, so it's glowing. I guess we gotta pose here. Leave an impression. All right. Do you think that's enough shadow? Oh yeah. You can see behind me how it's, once it's exposed, I guess you have to, once it's covered up, then you can create an imprint of yourself. But then it immediately goes away. Ooh. Let's see what happens if we hold it and then hit the light switch really quick. There we go, got it. I trapped my shadow there on the wall. This is called the Bernoulli blower. So I guess we flip on the switch there. Okay. So adjust it slightly. Oh, there we go. To make it go through the hoop. Do some tricks with the blower. There we go. All right, this is the flying mirror. We have to straddle this mirror and it will create an effect like we are floating. Look at this. I'm floating. Can you guys tell I'm floating? that look good? All right, now it is time to head into Bubble-Rama. So here's some bubble making tools here. You can blow a 4-leaf clover shaped bubble here. Unfortunately, the bubbles go circular once you blow them out of the holes. Oh, look. Look, you see there floating? Oh no. Unfortunately, all bubbles must come to an end. But here is where we make a gigantic bubble. Okay, I'm standing on a platform in the middle of the giant bubble maker. And I think I gotta reach down and pull the thing around myself and create a giant bubble around my body. See, we got this big ring here. Can't seem to get it over my head. Let's see one more time. Almost completely encased myself in bubble. I think it's easier if you have 2 people. So I bought my ticket. It cost about $45. It includes a trip through the Mystery Hill house, as well as you can add other attractions they have here. They have gem mining, they have axe throwing, and but what I chose was to go through the Appalachian Museum and then the bull riding. I'm not sure why I picked bull riding, but all right, let's do the museum first, and then we'll go ride the bull. So here is Tomahawk Hill. That's where they do their axe throwing. They did say they weren't doing any axe throwing today because of the weather, because it's so rainy. So we're gonna head over here to the Appalachian Museum. This big white house here, and on the bottom portion is the Native American Artifacts Museum. I think we'll check that out first. So here in the Native American Artifacts Museum, we have this massive collection of arrowheads, and they were saying that was 2 people collected all the arrowheads in this museum. This is the 2nd largest collection of arrowheads, except for the Smithsonian, so you're in good company there. Look, they're arranged like in different patterns. Yeah, this is remarkable. Look at all these arrowheads. Yeah, this is an unbelievable collection here. It's fascinating. Not only is it just fascinating because of how many arrowheads there are, but you know, the colorful ways they're displayed is very interesting. Almost like 2 levels of folk art. You have the arrowheads themselves, made by the Native Americans, and then arranged in an artistic pattern by those who found them. There's that velvet painting there. We have that's a coconut carved to look like a Native American. And then down there by the fireplace, you can see there's an armadillo hiding. You can see the arrowheads there, formed in the shape of a clock. And it says on the bottom where they were found. That says North Carolina. This says Georgia. Or South Carolina arrowheads. And yeah, you can see, I mean, they'd be made by different groups of Native Americans, so they would look, each area has a distinct look and how they preferred to make them and what was available to them as far as rocks. And look at this picture here. It says Lee Big Elk, a snake dancer. Wow, that is pretty amazing, dancing with these giant snakes. I've never seen actually never even heard of Native American snake dancing. That's pretty fascinating. Oh, and up here we have a painting of Judicala Rock. I've actually filmed this several times, It's actually really impressive in person. It's a ancient petroglyph. It was carved by indigenous people of the mountains, but it predates the Cherokee. The whatever language or symbols they used is not of the Cherokee culture. The Cherokee even have their own legends around the rock. I know it's connected with the legend of Judicala, who was a giant that lived in the mountains. Says that his footprint is actually on the rock. So yeah, there's some weird conspiracies about these being microscopic organisms, and that the earlier cultures may have had access to microscopes somehow. So a really fascinating artifact in the mountains of North Carolina. Anytime I see arrowheads, it reminds me of my grandfather who's passed. He when I was a little kid, he would take me out into the cornfields in Indiana, and what they would do is they'd till the fields before they planted. So he would take me out there right after they tilled them, because that would actually bring up arrowheads to the surface. And I remember like thinking of like finding arrowheads, like finding these ancient things on the ground that were created by the hand of man. Like, to me, that was just wild. That was crazy. I mean, it might as well have been a dinosaur bone. It was so fascinating to me. And that I remember, you know, we went a few times and we didn't necessarily find something every time. You know, something you got to be patient with. And of course, I'm not patient now. I wasn't patient as a kid. I was like, come on, where are the arrowheads? But I remember, like, we were walking out on the dirt, and he stops me. He's like, whoop, hold on. And then he reached right down and plucked a perfectly formed arrowhead out of the dirt. It was, I remember the smell. It was like pure magic to me that he produced this arrowhead. And I remember I saved that arrowhead. I had it in a little safe, a little plastic safe where I kept all my most important things, and I had that arrowhead in it as a child. Unfortunately, like, it bums me out thinking about it a little bit, because unfortunately I think through the process of becoming a teenager and moving out, I don't know where that arrowhead wound up. I mean, it's probably somewhere, like, I don't know. My mom's moved since then. I've moved my stuff to North Carolina. I don't know. I might go. I don't know if I want to go on a mad search for that arrowhead, but I really wish I had it. Yeah, it bums me out that I don't have it. But the second part of the story I always tell is, you see all these arrowheads. I worked at a museum. I worked at the museum at Western Carolina University, their Mountain Heritage Center. And I remember they told me to sometimes, you know, we just do odd jobs around the museum. They tell me, go in the back, sort through this cabinet, just, you know, figure out what's in it, because there would be so much stuff in there. And I remember like pulling out like these boxes. They were like these like boxes that you'd like have copy paper in. I remember there was like, open this cabinet, and there was like 3 boxes of those with just arrowheads in them, just like thousands of arrowheads. And it made me sad that day. Like, I realized, I'm like, oh, arrowheads aren't that rare. They're all over the place. And I guess this museum here, this drives home the point even more, that there's a lot of arrowheads out there to be found. This is still impressive. This is still unbelievable. This amount of arrowheads. You know, my grandfather never found this many. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny how your way you interpret things changes over the years. I don't know. It's still special to me. It's still special to me. Over here, we can see some more intricate designs. I guess I don't know. They put extra hooks in them to maybe stick in the animals. And then down here, I think these look like they probably be fish hooks. Probably fish hooks, stone fish hooks to catch fish. And there you see that somewhat ominous symbol there in the middle. Of course, the people that carved that symbol, you know, lived way before it had negative connotations. This is actually a symbol that was stolen, you know, from peaceful cultures and turned into something negative. In this little cave here, we have some black light effects. This is a, see, this is a painting of a Native American, that black light painting. There's an old Mystery Hill bumper sticker. Some of the arrowheads have little ribbons on them or notations that they're actually shown at a hobby show. Alright, then upstairs is the Appalachian Heritage Museum. We'll just head up these stairs here. Apparently this house belonged to the Dougherty family, who were the family that actually founded Appalachian State University after the Civil War. You can see the old furniture there, the old organ. There's the dining room here. Looks like they're having some bread and cheese there for dinner. Oh, maybe some soup too. Those look like soup bowls. It's a comfy bedroom in here. There's a nice quilt on the bed. Of course, here at the Carpetbagger channel, we love quilts and the artistry that goes within them. See a little doll there up above their accordion. See all different brands of cleaner down there. Some things that would have been in an old-timey kitchen. And apparently the one thing that never changes is the packaging on Quaker Oats. So we head out the exit here. Oh look, bunnies! They have some adorable floppy bunnies out here. Hey guys! Hey adorable bunny! Oh my gosh! I want to get a bunny. For some reason, I want to start having pet rabbits. How are you guys doing? Are they friendly? Are you friendly bunnies? Oh, look how they walk. Are you guys friendly little bunnies? Or are you mean bunnies? Are you flesh-eating monster bunnies? Oh man, I don't know. Is that a rabbit you can trust there? Here's the hen house up there. And there's a hen. How you doing there, hen? Been laying some eggs? Where's your eggs? Oh, she doesn't want to tell me where her eggs are. She's afraid I might scramble them. There's a swing in here. Do the chickens like to swing on a swing? Hey chicken, can you swing on that swing there? She seems disinterested in her swing. Oh, she's headed back up to the hen house. You can see the clouds there in the mountains above Mystery Hill. And there's a Smoky Mountain classic. A bear carved out of a stump with a chainsaw that's playing a banjo. Alright, passing this terrifying bear here. Trying to figure out where we go bull riding. Alright, looks like the bull ride challenge is up these stairs. Where are we going? Alright, we're in this upper gift shop, and here we have the bull. Alright, gotta prepare myself to hop aboard. Alright, for safety's sake, we're gonna remove the hat, the glasses, just, nothing that could, like, stab me in the eye. Don't want the glasses cracking in my eye. Don't want a pin coming out of my hat and lodging itself in my eyeball.
You just hop on.
Hop on?
Yep. Yeah, it's rough. I'm not gonna lie.
There we go.
That's a creative way of doing that.
Alright.
I don't mean that in a bad way.
Alright.
I do suggest feet down.
Feet down.
Well, like you're sitting on a horse. Yeah. It's gonna be the easiest way, and just kind of pull your hips into it. You let me know when you are ready, alright?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness.
This is a slow one. Speeds up at 15 and 30. Once more at 50. That's the challenge, to see if you can get to 50. 50? Yeah, it's harder than you think.
Oh my goodness.
You already passed the first speed up. It's not a lot, it's just a little bit. sitting at 20 now? Yeah, that's the main issue. When you get to 30 seconds, it's gonna get a little bit quicker than you're at right now. You'll notice it. Yeah, there it goes. You got to 33.
33?
33.
That's good.
Yeah, ain't bad. That's the record of the day.
High score of the day, wow.
Yeah, I think you'll take that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Remember, you do get 2 rights, so if you want to try it one more time.
Okay.
If you want to try it one more time, feel free. All right. Ready?
All right, ready.
3, 2, 1. I'll let you know when you're at each speed up marker again. You're sitting at 15 already.
15,
so,
okay.
Yeah. It's not really noticeable to anyone watching, but like,
Oh my God.
to you, it's gonna be noticeable. You did not beat your record of 33. You were 11 less.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do, Bull.
That'll do.
Okay, so this is 50. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, most people get thrown off
Both-
as soon as it hits.
Immediately 50 hits and they get thrown
'cause
off.
It goes like from this a little bit.
Yeah,
quicker
that's
than
okay.
this, just straight onto this.
Oh my. Yeah, that's enough momentum, I think, to send me flying.
I lasted 1 second at 50.
1 second. Good job.
So it was 51 thrown off.
So as pitiful as that may have looked, I hold the championship for the day, king for a day. I got 33 seconds on the ball, and then was sadly just plopped off. But at least for one day I could be king. I don't know how many people have gone up today and rode the bull. I may be the only one. He may have been being nice when he told me that. But yeah, it's only 365 days in a year. And that's only 365 opportunities to be king. And one of those days, I claimed. Stopped off in Lenoir, North Carolina, here at the Trinity United Methodist Church, where they actually have something very interesting. If you look over here on their sign out in front of the church, they have a giant keyhole sticking out. There's actually a interesting history behind this keyhole embedded in the brick here. A long time ago, in the 1820s, there was a house that sat on this property, and that house burned down. The owner of the house, George Powell, decided to build a new house. But for whatever reasons, maybe reasons lost to history, George believed that his house was burned down by a witch, an evil spirit that lived inside of his house. So when he decided to build his replacement house, he built a witch's keyhole, a key that would allow the witches to leave the house so the evil spirits would not be trapped inside of the house. A simple keyhole built in to the house, a very large keyhole here, would allow the evil spirits to leave the house. And I've actually heard other stories about spirits or witches coming in through keyholes, actually smaller keyholes. But I guess George wanted to give these evil spirits a large exit door in order to get out of his house. So this, you know, I purchased my house. I'm looking for things that need work around the house, things to add, things to subtract. Maybe I need to add a witch's keyhole to my house. I definitely don't want my house full of witches, evil spirits, and things like that. So maybe I'll just take a sledgehammer and craft a skillful witch's keyhole into the side of my house to let out evil spirits. That's so big though, that could actually, the cats could get out of that hole. And here's, I guess, the one question I have about this witch's keyhole is, if the witches can get out, if the spirits can get out, what stops more spirits from getting in? If anyone does know the answer to that, leave a comment in the comment section. Is there something that
would prevent a spirit from going in to the keyhole, but allow them to come out. Just an interesting thought to put out there. Yeah, in the 1970s, they built this church. The George's house was still there. It was probably in disrepair at that point. And they decided to level the house to make way for the church. But for whatever reason, the founders of the church, of this Methodist church, they decided to keep the keyhole. I guess here, it's out here on the front. It's not, they didn't build the keyhole into the church itself, but out here in the outside. So the legend of the witch's keyhole here in Lenore. Very interesting, I think, about the thought process that they went through when they decided, you know what, we're gonna keep the keyhole, the iconic witch's keyhole. We're gonna build it into the church's sign. Came out here to downtown Lenore, North Carolina. I saw a sign that led me to this interesting place. The Dead People's Stuff Antiques and Emporium, which I guess, it's a fitting name. Antique stores are definitely filled with dead people's stuff that we can rifle through and purchase. So let's check this out. Oh, you can see some super spooky skeletons climbing up on the sign there. Oh, there's one up there right above us on the balcony. Yeah, this place seems interesting. Let's check this out. Peeking here in the window, you see a alien possibly using marijuana. What is the association? I do often see marijuana associated with aliens for some reason. I wonder where that association ever came from. And then look back there, we've got some sort of wax figure. Who is that? Oh, I like it. Let's head inside and check this out. Let's go see some dead people stuff. I'm gonna peek back in here by the window to see where this wax figure's from. It says, please do not touch the mannequin. I don't know. I guess he may not be for sale, but yeah, look at that. Let's see some various pieces of dead people stuff there. The monkey, coconut, and the taxidermy prices are very reasonable. For these 2 ducks, it's only $50, which is pretty low considering. And a taxidermy mounted pike here for only $50. Some little golden books here. I remember this. I know I had this. 3 bedtime stories, Little Pigs, 3 Bears, and Little Kittens. I forgot completely about this until just right this moment when I saw it, and it all came flooding back. There's also some Precious Moments books. I've been to the Precious Moments Cathedral in Missouri. This section here has a very owl-heavy theme. Love the 3 owl lamp there. And a owl snow globe as well. Rosebud. See some spooky stuff going on up there. There's a witch and some sort of monstrous man. Oh, look at that, the little skeleton riding on a deer, much like I rode on a bull today. Let's see the little skunk there in the cage. He's got his little eyeglasses and a sombrero. There's a bicycle built for 2, hanging from the rafters. Built for 2 skeletons, I guess. Do like the old cameras. I used to actually, when I started taking pictures, I did it on film. You can even buy some unopened flash cubes. It's a pretty amazing snapping turtle there in the case, but he unfortunately is not for sale. This case here has some skulls and jars of fun inside. There's a boar skull at the top. There's a preserved shark. In that jar, a snake in this one, and then this is labeled as the post-mortem photo of a chicken. It says this is the owner's private collection. Some skulls and some jars of poison there. The owner must be a fan of the Haunted Mansion. There's 2 little tableaus there, the seance room And the attic with the bride there. Also, I love these little tombstones. It says, "Here lies salt, and here lies pepper." Little tombstone salt and pepper shakers. Yeah, some creepy stuff in here. And there's the gravestone of someone named Cricket. So there's more stuff upstairs. Let's take a peek up here. There's some local art. It says by artist Abby Drum. Some interesting things there. There's a dragon, a little demon right there. It's an old Viewmaster. I have a couple of these in the bunker. Love these. They make the 3D images. I don't know. Do kids have these anymore? They have the viewfinders. This is what they look like. The cards that go inside there that you can actually see 3D images of. This one is Stone Mountain. And then this is Six Flags over Georgia, which is pretty amazing. Get quite a view of the store from up here. Pretty fun collection of salt and pepper shakers. There's an orange and lemon from Florida. Got salt and pepper shakers like Conestoga wagons. Got lobsters. These are steer horns. Love like fake food. I remember going into like diners as a kid and seeing the desserts on display and wondering if they were real, wondering if they made one every day to set out. But it was wonderful. Like you can see, you can pick this cake up here. This one's got some flakes on it. That must be coconut. It's a giant wooden sledgehammer here. Dr. Taft's instant boll weevil control. I guess this giant wooden mallet used for smashing boll weevils. There's some local art made by local artist Kim Gabriel. These are art made from reclaimed items. See the masks there. And a very ghoulish baby. Very rainy day here in North Carolina, but hopefully you guys enjoyed coming along with me today, checking out Mystery Hill, a classic roadside attraction here in North Carolina. I definitely I loved how they actually acknowledged other mystery spots. They didn't pretend to be the only one. They actually mentioned a lot of the other mystery spots that I'd been to in my travels. I don't know, I'm trying to think if I've visited every mystery spot, and I don't think I have. I think I've not been, I've not been to the Oregon Vortex because I don't think they allow filming. There's a few that don't allow filming still because they want to maintain their secrecy. So I think, if you know any others, let me know. I'm trying to think if I think I've been to most of them. If I'm missing some, it's just that one and maybe one or two others. But of course, leave a comment if I'm leaving out any other mystery spots. And then come down here to downtown Lenoir, North Carolina. Give a little peek at some dead people's things. I didn't make any purchases today. I don't know. Part of me wants to like start buying stuff like crazy to populate my new house. Another part is like I should probably wait until I get what I already have set up and then start looking for other things to put up in the house. So I am shopping. I want to get more fun stuff, oddities and whatnot to put around the house. I almost came home with that the fish, the pike, and right now as I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if I should go back in and buy it. But I don't know. I'm the kind of person I have a hard time spending money on just stuff I like. I don't mind spending money on traveling and things like that and whatnot for the channel. Sometimes I'll splurge, but I don't know. I've been trying to be. I don't know if I'm trying to be, but I've been more cautious with money recently. Just I guess just with everything that's been going on with the divorce and uncertainty, just not like jumping to spend a whole lot of money. It's always I've been keeping my wallet a little tighter. Maybe when everything gets settled down, I can re-explore planet Earth and maybe find some things to add to my collection. I was really starting like to gear up, like collecting oddities and stuff before the divorce, but then leaving home and being essentially homeless for a year and a half, you know, it makes you less likely to spend and pick up things and accumulate junk. Not junk, stuff. I don't want to call it junk. But I remember my friend Adam the Woo, he said in one of his videos that things, I guess, accumulating things stresses him out. Having too much stuff, buying a bunch of stuff makes him stressed out because you always have to like figure out what to do with it. And I don't know if I understood that at the time, but I think I understand it now. Like when your living situation is not certain, you're responsible for all this stuff, all these things that you own. You have to be accountable for. And now I have to be accountable for the house that I am now 100% responsible for, which that's actually scary. I just thought about that. That's really scary. I'm responsible for this big house that 1,000 things could go wrong. Wow. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me today here in the small towns of North Carolina. If you like these videos, please go ahead and subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun stuff. Also, still doing enamel pins in the Etsy shop, still doing cameos, doing personal greetings and messages, and of course the Patreon postcards. If you're interested in receiving a postcard from me once a month, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more will get you that postcard. And yeah, all that just helps keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible high in the air. Till next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.